sports complex is opening.
This video is for Judge Keith Ball and his conspiracy to deprive me of civil liberty on March the 13th, 2023.
This weekend in Grenada. And can you believe the sports complex is already booked until October because of travel?
Mr. Judge, civil deprivation, I'm calling it a hostage taking. I'm calling it hostage taking by civil deprivation. I'm calling it an injury to the First Amendment. I'm calling it concealing federal property. I'm calling it attempted murder. And I'm calling it treason. Now you say something.
Travel ball, first phase of this, the local play coming later, but
Oh, and I'm calling it while smoking a marijuana blunt. Typically something that offers relief to black men who are suffering from an allergy caused by being enslaved by powerless white boys. But I'm looking to see if Judge Keith Ball is going to use the power of the white boy to stop me from saying that. Under the First Amendment, if he gonna do that.
Tickets for CDF members will cost $25 and $35 for non-members. The event is for people 21 and up. These girls are showing us how it's done when it comes to robotics.
And I understand that he like Roger Lott in Mississippi, there found a law or created one that says they can exploit a diagnosis that they created to cover up this relief and deprive me of my property incessantly during the torture. In actual and constructive knowledge of Judge Keith Ball. It's just a little Judge Ball. It's just a little genocide. Go pick up your check. It's gonna be okay. They did it in Rwanda too.
To sleep on her stomach with a blanket covering her, which is a violation.
That's what I heard. I heard we paid for. I heard we bought a little genocide in Rwanda. Might well buy a little genocide. You poor. Ain't no big deal.
Now, the community will hold an event on Thursday to remember autumn. It will happen at the Red Bay City Park at 3 o'clock that afternoon. In honor of International Women's Day, this all-girls robotics team are actually helping.
It's a joke.
Girls in Afghanistan. This is the inspiring all-girls robotics team from Afghanistan called the Afghan Dreamers. These women escaped their country in Taliban rule, competing in robotics competitions all around the world. In a country where girls are banned from education, these dreamers have developed skills in science and technology.
I didn't say that because I emailed Judge Keith Ball those words, but I said them eloquently as Justice Thomas of the British Royal Army. I mean, Justice Thomas of the United States Supreme Court.
A new skyscraper is set to open in Tokyo, Japan this week. Tokyo Midtown was partially open to the public on Tuesday, with the official opening happening on March 10th. The 45-story building houses a group. At our forecast, all of that is coming.
Just a little genocide sitting in your box, Judge Ball. That's all. Just all. It's just a little genocide gonna be sitting in your email box. Uh, oh, Sharon Acock got a cannon up there. I sent a cannon up there to the fifth district court up there on the north side. I ain't gonna send you no cannon, 'cause I got to go to work. I guess I'll be in jail from your court if you decide that I can't go to work, because when I go to work under a constitutional government, that's probably going to require me to file a whistleblower report that could likely put you and several other people that you know down there in the Southern District in jail, like maybe Judge Jordan for suppressing my First Amendment right to say that the people on the North were trying to kill me. Even before I filed all that evidence of police officers coming over here and heart attacks, or even with the mayor down there, Judge Ball, I honestly appreciate all you do for the hostages. Your name is what now?
My name is Sonia, S-O-N-Y.
Sonia, S-O-N-Y?
Sonia, S-O-N-Y.
S-O-N-Y. I'm sorry, Sonia. I know so many Sonias that I just can't get Sonia to come out my mouth. Anyway, my nephew has a PlayStation 4. I was going to buy him a video game to play it for his birthday, which is March the 11th. He'll be turning 5, in case you wanted to use his birthday to open up you an account on anything. But I have a Direct Express account that's going to be locked because you guys are participating in some type of fraudulent activity. That's why I'm calling. I wanted to get your name as an individual who's going to get paid for that.
I can help you with that.
Oh, I bet you can.
What's your number?
It's 587-316485, and I was born October the 4th, 1977, if you want to use that information for something other than I gave it to you for.
Oh, okay, sir. Can you please repeat your social a little bit slower?
587-316485.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Okay, sir. Can you please provide me your full name?
Zori Rush.
Okay, Mr. Rush. And can you please repeat your birthday?
October 4th, 1977.
Okay, sir. Can you please provide me your phone number?
662-753-1249.
Okay, sir. Can you please provide me your email?
ZORRIRUSHMETWHO@gmail.com.
Okay, sir. Can I place you on a quick hold so I can verify?
Certainly.
Still verifying information. I'm gonna go ahead and place you on hold.
All right, Sony. Yes, Sony.
Okay, sir. Um, so for me to have access to your account, you're gonna have to send in a picture of your ID to an email address that I'm gonna provide for you.
Is it ID? Hold on a second. Is that email address that you're going to give me ID at US Direct Express, one word.com?
It's ID at usdirectexpress.com. Yes,
All
sir.
right. It is the same email that I have already verified with a previous employee that I have sent the email, the ID to as of yesterday. This phone call is because your company has my property that includes my ID and refuses to release it, and they paying you with it. So I'm calling to make sure I can keep track of where my money is going, and right now it's going in your pocket. Get what I'm saying? Long as they got it, they can pay you with it. And
Okay,
that's what
sir.
they gonna do, cause as long as you on the phone talking to me and you have my property, you can get paid for making me talk to you. It's how waterboarding work. It work. That's how y'all call it customer service. The military calls it waterboarding. Especially when you have the actual and constructive knowledge that the people that you're talking to is disabled and probably subject to that expensive medication that gets paid for out of a pecuniary benefit fund at Medicare that pay for medicine and stuff. Because don't y'all pay benefits to disabled people mostly, ma'am?
Sir?
Don't y'all pay benefits to disabled people mostly?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that you have the email. Do you have your case number?
Yes, it's DX0001574258. I'm asking you though, ma'am. I'm a person who received this benefit because I have been declared by my country as disabled. Isn't that the service you are performing for most everybody? Is a service for people who are disabled and need some help from their government for some reason or another?
Um, Sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So you said that you sent in your IDs.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to ask is this something that typically happens to disabled people when they need to go and buy medicine and food and stuff with the stuff that the government gives to you? Does it typically take your company this long to give it to them? I'm new here. This is my first time ever using your service, and I didn't know that you had this rule where you could get my ID and my benefits from the government and then take my property and just not give it back to me. I didn't know you could do that. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So here, sir.
I'm asking you things and you're not saying anything.
Sir, I'm just verifying. I am just verifying, and unfortunately, I don't see any updates about your IDs being verified, sir.
I
You will have to
understand that,
wait for
ma'am. That's
that.
why I'm telling you. There's no there. Would you agree that with me not having access to my property, the only thing I can do now is wait or call you and find out where my property is? Or do you know something else I can do?
Okay, sir. In order to continue assisting you, we will have to wait for the IDs to process.
But what if I don't want to wait because I need my property to buy soap with? What if I would rather take a bath than let you take my property? Then what?
Yes, sir. Like I said before, we will have to wait for the IDs to process.
What about me though? What about me? What do I do when you take my property that I need to take a bath with and eat food with and take medicine with? What do I do when you take it and you get on the phone and say, "Well, we just gonna wait"? What do I do? Cause it's my property, not yours. You can wait, but it's my property and I don't want to wait. What happens when I don't want to wait?
Sir,
Yes.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have to wait for the IDs to process.
I have to wait. You said I have to wait?
You will have to wait for the IDs to
Oh, no,
process.
ma'am. No, ma'am. This is what I can do as my civil liberty. I can call your phone and email you over and over again so that when I have a law enforcement officer come in there that's looking for somebody by your name, Sony, they can see that I was talking to you and telling you that this process is causing me a financial injury, and they can see that you got paid while I was saying that, and you got paid from stealing my property. See, a law enforcement officer can see that, because right now I'm keeping you on the phone so you can make me talk, and I'm emailing you at the same time. So when a law enforcement officer come in there to check and see what I said versus what you said, they can see what the truth is and see how the shoe feel if they put it on their foot. You see what I'm saying, Sony?
Yes, sir.
I don't. I think you do, because if you saw what I was saying, you would be trying to solve the problem like you had the shoe on. Do you have money? Do you have access to money? You have a job, so somebody's paying you to work. What if at the end of the week somebody just walked up to you and said, "Well, we just not gonna pay you," and there ain't nothing you can do about it? You just gonna wait and figure out what you're gonna do by yourself. You got kids? Do you have any children that you need to feed, or puppies or anything that you got to feed?
Sir?
Okay, so since you got puppies and things you got to feed, you gonna get all your access to your financial property. You gonna get it cut off, and then somebody gonna tell you to wait, and you gonna do that. You just gonna wait. You got puppies and things you got to feed, and you just gonna wait. You ain't gonna do nothing but wait. That what you gonna do? That what Direct Express told you to tell me to do that? Because I don't work for the Army. I know that's what they do. They hurry up and they waits. They hurries up and they waits. Because they be under orders to be waiting on stuff. But I ain't under no orders about my property. I could call you and demand my property. Because you say you have it, right? You say you have it? You have my property, ma'am? Yes, you have my property. You got my social security number. I just gave it to you. You looked up some stuff. Does that mean you have my property? Is that my social security number you just used to look up stuff? Is that mine?
Sir?
Is it? Is it mine? I know who I am, ma'am. I know who I am. Is that my property? Because I thought this was customer service, so if I asked the question, since you're on the phone, you could actually answer it. But what I'm getting from you is sir, sir, sir. So am I supposed to have access to my property? Am I paying? Is my property paying you to say, sir, sir, sir?
Like I said before,
Uh huh.
you will have to wait for the ID to
I
come.
don't, ma'am. I don't. Not, no, I don't. What I can do is document the injury. That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping you on the phone so I can prove that you are getting paid from stealing my property, and you are not having a problem with it because you have legs and things, or a phone where you could call someone and say, hey, this guy wants his property now, he doesn't want to wait. You have that ability to do that. Okay, you have people, you have they that you can contact and say, hey, this guy named Zori Rush, he's on the phone and he doesn't want to wait. He says his ID's there now. You can't do that. You are paid to tell me to wait like I'm in the military. You telling me to wait like I'm in the army. I've been drafted to the army waiting list, on the wait list army. That's what I'm doing. Cause you told me to. Because what I'm doing right now is proving that you getting paid from stealing from me and sending an email to the person who stole it. That's what I'm doing. Right now, I'm sending a whole bunch of emails while I'm talking to you. And while you getting paid for the theft, I'm sending a whole bunch of emails. So if any law enforcement officer actually had an investigation, they could go in there and find the stolen property. Is what they could find. What the disruption is so I am disrupting somebody stealing my property right now. Which is what I would advise you to do, ma'am. If you stole somebody, if somebody stole your property, I would advise you to stop them from doing that. Don't let them. You go feed your family. Don't you let nobody stop you from feeding your family, ma'am. Anything you like to say now, or you like for me to keep talking?
Okay, sir, I provided you all the information. Is there anything else I can help you
I'd
with?
like my property, man. I'd like my property.
Okay, sir. If there's not anything I can help you with, thank you for calling Director Trust Prevention Department. Have a nice day, sir.